Hello friends, welcome back. Video directions, Module 5, Microsoft Word, multi-page document, Part 2. You may have noticed at the end of the last video, our borders here on this previous table are black, mine is green. So we're going to start with that. Pretty easy fix here. We're going to highlight the table, both tables. You'll see the table design option, tab rather, and the ribbon pops up. And we've got some pre-formatted tables. We're going to scroll across until we get to the grid table 1 light accent 6, and we're going to click that. Then we're going to select the header row, and we're going to change it back to the light green fill, just like that. Perfect. And again, since we've changed that table, we use a pre-format. We need to make sure that we go to the Layout tab with the header row highlighted and select Repeat Rows. When it comes to these tables, you can use preset up tables, and there's different kinds. You can individually select what you want the borders to be, the thickness of the line, the type of line, as well as the color. But we're just going to use a pre-formatted one here. But that one's now set. Next thing we need to do, we got to work on this behemoth here. So we've already got the project budget heading in there. We've already got that little sentence there. We're going to click return twice, so we've got a blank line here. We're going to go back up to the insert tab on the ribbon. We're going to select the table icon, and we're just going to select this whole bad boy right here. All right, now we got to start making these cells look like what's in the example. So we are going to select the first 2 columns, and we're going to go down 4 rows. And once they're highlighted, we click the Layout tab, and we're going to click Merge. We need, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, perfect. Look at that. You know what? Let's add a row just to make sure it's okay. In any one of these cells down here, okay, that we have not merged together, we're going to click in there. We're going to make sure we're going to be in the Layout tab. And then we're going to say Insert Row Below. There it is. And what we're going to do here, we need to make sure we merge this again, because I believe we do have 5 rows there. Yep, we're going to say merge. Perfect. And then down here, I like it. We're going to highlight the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. And we're going to say merge. Glorious. We're going to do 3 here across the top in that first row. We're going to click merge. Do the same thing over again. Merge, merge, merge again, merge again. Wait for it. Merge again. We're just going to merge these cells together to get them to fit. All right, and we're going to do these 2 columns right here. Merge, 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 merge. Lost my mouse. Merge. Mouse is out of battery. Merge. I'm connected again. Glorious. Merge. Merge these. Merge these. It's great. Merge. 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 Almost there. Merge. Merge. And merge. Just think, this is a lot better than drawing it out on a piece of paper. We got an extra column here. We're going to highlight them. We're going to hit delete. Epic. Now let's start filling this bad boy in. First column, first row, we're going to type in marketing. We'll come back and figure out how to make that alignment change. We're going to set that to bold. We're going to do manufacturing. Manufacturing. All right. Highlight the word. Set that to bold. Across the top, we got expense. We have year 1. Apparently I spelled this incorrectly. Expense. There we go. Year 2. Glorious. Highlight the first row, set that to bold, set that to center aligned, and then we can highlight. We can do it with the fill button here, if I'm not mistaken. Light accent 1, yes, glorious, and do the same down here. Okay, in the ribbon shading, we got the color correctly. It matches up with the predetermined one. That's nice. All right. Now, to fix the alignment, we're going to highlight marketing in column 1, row 1. Go to layout. Dusty. We are going to select text direction, and we're going to click it until the way we have it, marketing, perfect. And we are going to make it center aligned. That's that icon right here, epic. And then we're going to do the same with manufacturing. We're going to highlight the word, click text direction until we get it set up correctly. And we're going to turn that to center aligning. We got a bit of a problem here, right? One thing that we can do is select, how do we want to do this? We can select, well, let's come back to that here in a second. What we're going to do now is fill in the rest of this chart. Warning bell is rung. You guys are going to type things in. I'm not going to type them in. Obviously, I'm going to copy and paste. Okay, so we've got those 4 things, and then we've got the next 4 things. You're just more or less going to type these bad boys in. Should have everything in there. Epic. And then we're going to do the dollar amounts. Copy and paste. Okay, copy and paste the next row. Okay, there we go. Now, obviously, I have in the year 1 and year 2, the first cost for advertising, I don't have things aligned correctly. So we're just going to highlight these bad boys, and we're going to set them to left across the top. All right, now we're all set. So, all right, let's solve this table problem we have here. We're going to highlight the table. There are some auto-fitting functions we can click here, but none of them solve our problem. What we don't have is enough space in these 4 rows here for the word manufacturing. So we're going to make sure that auto-fit is set to auto-fit the window, this space right here. And we're going to adjust the height of the rows from 0.2 to 0.4. Not out of the woods yet. We want to highlight the header over here and make sure that is set to center. And then we need to highlight the top column here, the top header, and we need to make sure that is set to center. And then we still have a bit of a problem here because the green boxes are quite smaller. So what we're going to do here is take our cursor inside the table and get the vertical lines to pop up with the arrows on the left and right. And we're just going to move this column over until we get things to match up correctly. The G in advertising should be under expense. I think we're okay there. All right, friends, let's finish up this document. Let's see here. We got to put in the last heading, and then we got to do the text box. Let's zoom in on this bad boy. All right, cursor directly underneath the last table. From the home drop-down menu in the ribbon, we're going to go up to Styles pane. We're going to select heading 1 again. We're going to type in product team. Well, that's interesting. Let's try that again. There we go. Heading 1. We're going to type in product team. Hit return. We're going to go to normal. And then we're going to add these things in. Now, I would suggest that you do not do the bold just yet. Apparently I cannot type. Business analyst Lien Hu. What I would suggest you do is type all of these in first. Designer Cesar person. And then go back and select the contents that you wanted to be, what was that? Select the contents that you wanted to be bold-faced. Okay, that's how I would do this. I'll copy and paste the rest in. Pretty straightforward here. Just make sure that when you are bold-facing the text, you get the position title as well as the colon at the end. Make sure you get both things here. I'm going to unbold these names. I don't know why that came across as bold. All right, almost done here. Text box. How I would do this is type the information first and do the text box around it. So we're going to go down to intense reference. We're going to type in next steps. I want to double check and see what this is set at here. So we're going to click modify the intense reference style, 12 bold. It should be, that looks like blue accent 5 darker 50%. I'm going to click OK. Yep, okay, so that looks fine. We're going to hit enter. We're going to change the writing underneath it back to normal. Now, for whatever reason, this wants to be difficult and not change. You can see what the current style is. Let's go back to normal here. I don't know why that's glitching out, but let's do a little typing here. Schedule, and then come back here and go to normal. That's interesting. Let's try this one more time. Okay. There we go. If you're having trouble changing from the intense reference style, if we go up here to where it says normal under the current styles, and if you click clear formatting, it will allow you to then adjust back to normal. Just keep that in mind. Make sure you only have the word schedule highlighted. Don't unformat your entire document. Schedule a product demonstration and Q&A session with Casey Delaney, and then she's got her email in here. Casey.Delaney at visiontechnology.com. Oop, need to put an E there. Delaney.com, glorious, parenthesis. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to highlight these rows, next steps, all the way down through the email. I missed a period there. Now we're going to highlight these 3 rows of information. We're going to go up to the ribbon from the home drop-down menu, click center. Then we're going to go up to insert. And once we select insert, we are going to slide over to, I'm going to make my window a little bigger so you can see the full toolbar. We're going to go up to text box, and we're going to write, or select rather, draw text box, glorious. This one's a little bigger than we want, so we can just grab the margin over here and make it a little bit smaller. We're shooting for about 6 inches. There we go, 6 inches, that's perfect. And it looks like there's an extra row underneath the email address. Now, I'm using my school computer to do this, so this one automatically inserted a link to Casey's email. If yours does that, that's fine. If yours doesn't, that is also fine. If we want to put in a link, what we can do is highlight the web address or highlight the email address, whichever it is, and we can right click and then select hyperlink and go in and do it. If we wanted to take that away and make it look just like the document, that's how you would do it. You would highlight the text. Don't be difficult. You would right click. Again, we're looking for hyperlink. Now we turned it off. If we wanted to turn it back on, we would select hyperlink here, and then you can pick a web page to go to. You could say a document somewhere else, like if we're talking like Google Drive, perhaps. If we wanted to make it an email, then more or less what we would do here is retype this email and it'll all be set. But you can leave yours with the hyperlink included, or you can turn it off. That's up to you. That one really doesn't matter as long as you know how to do it. We do need to fill this text box.
Good morning, Spartans. There is a Faith Club meeting in Mr. Lemke's classroom right now, WA 203. Faith Club meeting in Mr. Lemke's classroom, WA 203, upstairs. Happy day. Bye.
When we have the text box highlighted where you can see the boxes in the corners and around the side, if we click on Shape Format and we go up to Shape Fill, we should be able to select the color, and I believe for this one we did blue accent 1, lighter 60%. Look at that. That looks great. That font looks fine. Perfect. The last thing we have to do to finish this bad boy is insert a watermark where it says confidential behind it. Oopsies. Each system is a little bit different. I believe it's in, is it in design? It is in design. So if we go up to the ribbon and select design, oopsies, and we go over to watermark, we're going to have some options pop up. If you wanted to do a picture, depending on what you're doing, you would select picture and then you can go find that picture on your computer. We're going to do a text. And what we're going to do here is we're not going to do ASAP, we're going to do confidential. So it'll say confidential across the back. We're going to do diagonal. And if I'm not mistaken, we went with a darker gray. I think it was the first one. First row, theme colors, gray. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over. Then we're going to click OK. And we're going to give it a proof here. Nope, that's not the right one. So we can go back to watermark. And we got to find the right color. Maybe it was this one down here. First row, 1, 2, 3, 4 down. Oh, that's not it either. Let's try this again. Let's actually go to my document here and see which one I picked for. And I can tell you the exact color. Design, watermark. Oh, way off. All right, I got it. I'm going to go back to watermark. Back to watermark here. And we did this one right here. So third column, third row down from the top. That's the one we did. It looks like we also did bold, correct. And we're going to do OK. There it is. So that is how you would add a watermark to your document. Last thing to do here is we need to save. And then you're going to email me this assignment. I'm going to close out of this, pull up my email address so you can watch me do this yet another time. Okay, here we go. Compose, Dorfner. Let's see. This is Module 5. 5.0. Police are coming. Module 5. Microsoft Word. Multi-page document. Dear Mr. Dorfner, comma, skip a line. Please find attached my assignment for Module 5. Thank you, or thanks, comma. Again, we go down to the paperclip. You guys are going to fire up. Unbelievable.
There is a meeting in Miss Valencia's classroom, EA201, for the Travel Language Club, with information.
Multi-page document, open, and send. If you have any questions, let me know. Until then, go Spartans.